In this video, I'm going to show you how to add a variable product in your WooCommerce and Wordpress website. So, first things first, we're going to log into your Wordpress dashboard. Then we're going to go under the Products tab and select Add New. Then you're going to fill in the product name, the long description, which is going to appear on the right hand side next to the image of the product. Then you're going to scroll down to the product data section and select variable product. In the inventory tab is where you can manage the stock and input the stock quantity. So this will be the overall number of the particular item that you have. So for example, the variable stock that I am doing is cloth mask, and overall I may have, I believe it is 81 cloth masks, but I have different variations of that. So when we reach to the part where you can customize the variations, this is where you will now put the individual stock quantities for each variation. Okay, so under the shipping section, that would be configured in your WooCommerce settings so that you could set up your shipping zones and what have you, but I'm not going to go through that as yet because I haven't done that as yet. So then we go to attributes, which is the main section where you'll be able to customize these variations of a particular product. So what you're going to do is add a custom product attribute, and then you will enter the name. So for example, this would be the actual variation. So if for me, in the example of the cloth mask, it would be the color and the pattern, right? So that is what I will put as the name of the attribute, and then in the values section is where I will put in, for example, if the color is black, blue or teal, and if the pattern is a flower pattern or a bunny or whatever, and I have to separate each of these values with a line, just as they denoted there, as you can see. So you're gonna want to tick that these are visible on the product page and used for variations, and this is what will enable you to create the variations in the other section. So you're going to want to save these attributes. When you go to the variation section, then you will select create variations from all attributes. So what this is going to do is to just automatically give you all the possible variations out of the attributes that you have just created and saved. So for me, I was able to generate 12 different variations based on the colors and patterns attribute and the sizes attribute. So what this did was paired each color and or pattern with the size. So this will give me a small red bunny, medium red bunny, small and medium in all the different colors and patterns, right? So now that we have all our variations, right after this section, you will see a part where you could fill in a shorter description. This is shown underneath the product and the long description. And then here is where I decided to add media, which is in most cases like a URL to a Vimeo or YouTube video. So that is what I chose to do because I already have my YouTube channel, which I've been documenting the process of me building up the business and creating products. So I have a video linked there that is pertinent to cloth masks. So under the variations section, like I said earlier, you can go in and manage the individual stock for each variation. So that is what you would want to go ahead and do, and also add images for each variation here. So you're gonna add images from either your computer, or for me, I'm doing this on my iPad, and later on it does get tricky. I may have to revive that 2012 laptop and do some of my editing on the PC. The image that is the very first variation is what is going to be the default image when you open up your product page from like the customer view, right? How it will be appearing on your website. So there are a few other things that you're going to want to do. So on the right hand side, you will see a section where you can add product categories. So under product categories, you're going to want to click add new category, because the default categories are most likely not going to be applicable to your products. So you just enter the product category that your product falls under, and that is what it will fall under within the sections that is already within this Blocksy theme, right? It's kind of automatic that it will categorize your products once you put it into a category. You can put a product tag if you so desire, and here is where you can use the product gallery to add images. So what happens in the Blocksy theme is that with a variable product, even though you would have all the different images for each variation, it doesn't automatically switch when the customer chooses that particular variation. So what you're going to have to do is use the product gallery to add all the different pictures of the different variations. And what this will do is it will create two things. It will create a slider image. So the product image will become a slider which the person can click from left to right to see all the different images, and it will also populate a product gallery to the underneath of the main product image and description and buy button underneath, so that you can see the different possible images for the different possible variations. So this is what you have to do when you're creating a variable product, because the theme is free and is not as sophisticated to change with each variation and product selection as the customer chooses. So finally, what you can do if you have installed the Yoast SEO plugin, you can fill in the meta description, your SEO title and slug, and this will help with the search engine optimization and search results of your product page. Also, with the Yoast SEO plugin, you are able to change the image and description that would be shown if somebody shares it via social media, for example, Facebook and Twitter. So that's basically how you will add a variable product, or a product that has several variations, in a WordPress and WooCommerce website with the Blocksy theme. If you would like to see more videos on building websites, you can check them out over here, and I am going through this process to build my own website. So you can subscribe to get notified if that is something that you are interested in seeing the journey to completion. And I'll see you in my next video.